Welcome to TheatreCast, part of the EdReach network, giving educators a voice, a big voice. You've reached episode number 70, being recorded February 6, 2015. This is a show where theater teachers and professionals share their passions for theater trends, share practical advice and tips, and ask questions of some of theater's most innovative collaborators. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Cusimano. I teach theater and film in St. Louis, Missouri. And this week we have a special guest with us, one of my favorite Australian, Carla O of the Drama Teachers Network.
Hello, everyone.
And I do love that we are able to connect throughout the world using Google Hangouts on the air. And it's really interesting that the world's so big, but in some ways it's so small, and how we're able to make connections. And Carl and I wanted to announce and invite you to join us as part of to celebrate World Theater Day this year. It is March 27th, 2015. So just like a month and a half away. And we've come up with a really, hopefully, idea that you'll all want to join us with. And we'll kind of explain how we met and connected. Do you remember? I think it was 2013-ish that we kind of connected on Twitter.
Yep, it was 2013, yeah.
Um,
And I found out about World Theatre Day by doing a Google search. And I just thought, I'll just see if anyone on Twitter would be interested in doing something, a collaboration. So I tweeted out, hey, does anybody want to help out or do something? What do you want to do? And you responded.
Yeah, I think we had just started connecting right around then. We followed each other on Twitter and connected. You joined me on TheatreCast during an early episode, and we
Yeah,
loved
like one of the
having
first
you.
ones.
Yes.
One of the first ones.
I want to say episode 4, maybe.
Something like that. Yep.
And want to remind our listeners, and I wish Danielle could be here with us, but she's taking a show like we like to do as theater people. This yesterday was 2-year anniversary for TheatreCast, so just want to thank
Congratulations.
everyone for listening and being part of the process. And so we had connected there, and I want to say that was like March 5th, 6th, maybe 7th, 8th, somewhere in there.
You have a good memory.
Somewhere in there. I could look it up on Twitter. And within that, so I kind of brainstormed in my head. I'm like, okay, what could we do? What's kind of fun? And always when we're dealing with putting stuff on the web, we want to follow copyright law, so it had to be public domain. And so first thing kind of popped in my head is All the World's a Stage. And so I got on, Googled All the World's a Stage. Which one was it from? As You Like It. And
Yes.
we did a little bit of back and forth and started tweeting out and invited some people, and we ended up getting, say, 4 or 5 schools involved in that first one.
Mhm.
And so they sent their video in, and I edited it and created a mashup video. And so that was a lot of fun, and it was great to connect all those students virtually. I wish we could all afford to meet someplace, but school budgets don't usually cover that.
But I think it's so exciting that we did meet virtually. I think
Mhm.
particularly
Right.
kids now, because they're of the virtual generation, it's not unfamiliar for them to use Google Hangouts or Skype
Mhm.
or or some kind of video medium. But to connect with someone from the other side of the world is pretty exciting. And to know that they're part of something that other kids are doing from another country, I know my kids were pretty excited about it.
Mm-hmm. And it was just so much fun to see the hear the reactions of our students as they watched it, and just felt that feeling of creating an ensemble, no matter location, because I think that's the
That's
magic
right.
about theater. And following that, and that's why we want to continue and grow that with our project, which we created a webpage called worldtheatreday.info, INFO, and theater spelled the correct way, the Australian way, the English way, whatever you want to call it. RE. And with that, uh, we want to invite you to become a part of the project. And following that initial one, it became my Google Certified Teacher action plan to create some videos. And since then, we've done about 4 or 5 videos past that mark. But I
Mm.
think we wanted, I think what we face as theater teachers, I know I do, is there's always a show. and,
There's always
and
something in our
there's
daily
always something.
lives.
And to me,
Hmm.
it always seems there's always a show. What's the
Mm.
next show? Oh, I've got rehearsal, and we have to move beyond. We have to move beyond that. But I also understand trying to get all that in your curriculum. So what we've come up with is a badge system, and we want you to become a part of it. Whatever works for your schedule, and whatever works for your students and the time and their level and all those type of things. So we've set up a tiered thing. So um, we have badges and working with a group which you can that will create badges, and you can then put them on your website. You of course can print them out. Um, you could come up with a poster. We're gonna put a poster up. We could put spots to put. We'll put spots to put the badges, which ones you've earned, and put a little outline. I think that would be kind of fun. So ways of connecting, sharing, and some of those we would like people to do is this is an easy one, and I think everyone can do this. And it's going to be the production photo badge. Send us a picture of the production that you've done this school year or that you're working on, or rehearsal pictures. Just send pictures of students doing theater because there's nothing more exciting of those. Theater pictures are different than everyday normal pictures. What
Mm.
because there's usually an intent you can see in those, and sometimes picture they can kind of be. You have pictures of just posed. This is my brother, or we're at a party, or the peace sign one. But theater pictures are telling a story, and it's neat to see that snippet of that story. And
Yeah.
so what we're inviting you to do is go to the photo page on the website, and we'll have a hashtag, and the hashtag will be World Theater Day. And if on Instagram you can share it that way, and then we'll create a loop with all the people that put the hashtag in there. And if you fill out a little form, you'll get the badge. You can download it, print it out, do what you want to do, however you want to display that to your community, to your schools. So the photo badge, I think everyone can do that one. Um, I think one that would be great for younger students and older, and I think it'd be neat to see the variants, is create a theater mask. And so, I mean, you could take a paper plate and create a theater mask and have students draw with crayons and do the comedy and tragedy faces, or have them do some research and look at maybe Commedia dell'arte, and if get those really artistic students, they could create that and take a picture of that and share it with us. I think that's another fun, um, and you could take care of that in one class period,
Mm.
depending on the
And
capacity.
I think that's something to emphasize, Nick, is just that it doesn't need to be massive. It can
Mhm.
be just something that you've done in your class, even if you just take a photo of your kids at the end of the lesson, and just make sure you've got approval from the kids first to
Yes,
send your photo to us, um,
yes.
just to cover yourself. But it doesn't have to be a huge thing that the whole school needs to know about. It could just be you and your class, and you just want to share something special that you're doing. And I think that's the other side to this whole World Theatre Day. Yes, we're celebrating theatre, but and our passion, but we're also celebrating our passion for theatre, and that we're also sharing the significant work that teachers do in the classroom. And often I feel like sometimes drama teachers, they're slogging it out in the classroom, and not a lot of people see that. They just think, they kind of trivialize it a bit and think, oh, they're just dressing up, and it's not that hard. They just say lines. But I think what they're doing is far more than that, and I think this
Hmm.
is a real opportunity to share your success and pat yourself on the back,
Hmm.
and don't be afraid to share it. You should be proud of what you're doing,
Hmm.
and we want to share that
We,
with you, I guess.
yeah, we want to share and connect with as many people as we can, and I'm really
Mm.
excited to see what can happen. And hopefully we'll have a show. Well, 27th we'll be doing a lot of different things on that day, but I wonder what it'll be like on the 28th. What hopefully that we'll be able to
Yeah,
see.
and we're really encouraging people to send their photos, their masks, whatever they choose to do. If you want to send it in earlier, we'd really appreciate that, because we can put it
Hmm.
up on the website. Because, like you were saying, we're teachers, we've got to teach our lessons too, and we've got shows and crazy stuff after school meetings, and God forbid, lives. So, so we need to, the more we have earlier, the better. So if
Hmm.
you want to
Yes.
hop to it now and send it in tomorrow or whenever you're next at school, don't be afraid to do that. You don't have to wait till the 27th to do it. If we have
Yeah.
some in the lead up, that'd be fantastic.
Yes, that would be
And
great.
yeah.
And encourage you to start sharing with them. Um, so those are two fun things to be involved with. We also, and I don't think we sometimes realize the effect theater has on our students. We do shows, um, and that process is amazing in itself because I think they gain so much from that. We started from nothing and created this performance here because
Mm,
it takes rehearsal, it takes time, it takes effort, all those type of things. And
mm,
I think the World Theater Day gives us an opportunity to ask our students, what 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 does theater mean for you?
mm,
And I think we'll be surprised by the responses, and I think
mm.
pleasantly surprised. Um, and I think that can offer an insight to pull other students in, to share with administrators, to share with um, parents,
Parents.
to share with the world in general that you know theater and the arts matter. They give
Mm.
meaning. They give students meaning. I I wish I had the
Well, I
time.
think it does. I think it does in a way that I think it may not necessarily be ticking boxes on a syllabus or in curriculum, but in terms of life, self-confidence,
Hmm.
it certainly does that. And I think we're really hoping that by sharing what we do, we can show all those people that we just mentioned um, that it has a place. And it wouldn't have a day if it didn't have a place. So we just need to
Yes.
emphasize the day.
So we encourage you to film your students or have, I mean, the, Lord knows that they are pretty darn tech savvy themselves. And
That's
you
it.
just say, hey, share it at World Theater Info or
Yeah.
worldtheatreday.info. Um, and, just give them the prompt, give them the question that we've asked, and have them share it with us. 'Cause, how how powerful can that be? How awesome is that? Um, what we'd also like to do, if you have, and this might be for a more advanced class, but doesn't have to be, um, is find a scene or short one act or a longer one, however much time you want to record it. It's up to you, but just make sure that it's public domain because we don't want the YouTube police hunting us down. And I want our students to share their talents and have something pulled down because copyright thing. So have them perform a scene, create a poetry, create a performance and record that and share that with us. Send us the YouTube link, and then I'll create a World Theater Day performance playlist, and then we can just watch all those different performances from all over the world, uh, doing with great work, um, and how different cultures approach different things.
It'd be
Uh,
great in different languages as well.
hmm
Don't feel
Yeah,
that you have to stick to English. I mean, obviously we're presenting this in English, but um, if you have students who don't speak English and you want to do the performance in another language, we encourage it,
yep,
definitely.
perfect, perfectly fine. We would ask that your scripts you have them choose are appropriate once again, so we don't get flagged by the YouTube police. But
Yeah.
outside of that, um, you know,
And I just had a thought, Nick, as well. I might put it on the website. Is might just put a bit of a letter that teachers can then sort of adapt to suit their school, just to give as a permission note, just to give the kids and the parents information about what they're being involved in, and just to cover the teacher so that
yeah,
um,
well,
their parent knows that they're
yeah,
being videoed, or that their picture and their video may be put in the public domain, just to cover the teacher as
yeah.
well.
Well, we can. Well, I'll put a little PDF on the website that
Yeah.
you can print out and share with
Hmm.
parents, and that way they know what's going on, and we're all know what's going on. And it's all because
Yeah, because I just know that that would be something that teachers here in Australia would be worried about,
yeah,
and
and it's
I'm sure it's the
it's a
same there.
concern here too. Um,
So we just have to reassure everyone that
but
we've thought of that about that.
as much as I am on the internet, I I'm more conservative when it comes to my students, just because my district, and once I have it signed, yes, I'm good, but um, I always want to make sure that I have it signed before I do that.
That's
And
right.
we'll make
Yeah.
that available to our teachers who and their students who get involved with the project. And then what we'd really want, like our culminating event, um, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of logistics, but I think it's going to be really exciting.
Mm.
Is what we'd like to do is set up some times on March 27th, World Theater Day, and we'll start it wherever it starts first, which I think is somewhere in the
It'll
Pacific
probably be us.
Ocean. It's probably going to be
Australia.
it's going to be Australia.
Yep.
Carlos gonna help lead off the day, and we'd like to set up some times to do hangout theater. And so
Yes.
we'll put a script on the website. um, or a variety of some scripts, uh, and try to connect at least a couple of different schools at a time where we can do a scene back and forth. So, I can play Romeo and Carla, you can play Juliet.
Yep, yep, yep.
um, and have fun saying those lines across the world and
Mm.
interacting. And we'll use Google Hangouts on air. So when it's archived, and how awesome can that be that you can say, I've acted with someone in Australia, or
Yes.
Kuala Lumpur, or France, or Australia, or the United
Yeah.
States, or Canada, or Mexico, or
I'm excited just thinking about it. How cool. I don't know, if I was a
um,
kid, I would think it'd be pretty cool.
yeah, I
And look, I mean, the other thing as well, think about all the, if you want to get syllabusy and curriculum, you think of all the all the boxes that you're ticking. You're using technology,
hmm
you're using creative thinking, collaboration, all those 21st century
hmm
skills that we are encouraging teachers to try to do. It's it's the simplest thing. Trying to reading a script is really simple. You've probably done it in class many times, moved readings, but doing it virtually, it just kind of spins it on its head a bit. And
hmm
um, so, yeah, I think it'll work. It's our first time doing it. I know it's my first time for me doing it at school, so
hmm
I'm going to have to like prepare myself. But I think it can be really successful. And I know that there are other teachers at my school who've had virtual classrooms, and it's been really, the kids have really responded well to it. So if you're looking to learn a new skill, this would be something to try out
And
too, I think.
we'll put some links to how Hangouts work, and we can invite people in, and we'll have we'll have the logistics figured out.
I
Uh,
think we'll just give step-by-step instructions
yeah,
because I know that's what I would want.
and we'll put some things where we can have, um, trying to find the best time during the day,
Yes.
um, during that day where we can try to connect. And sometimes it might be connecting through a hemisphere. So maybe with Australia, you might be connecting more with Japan, or it just depends on
Yeah.
timing. Though there is a time frame where it does work for the United States and Australia.
But
Uh,
it's really odd times.
yeah.
Odd. Like
Um,
now would be now would be perfect. Like Saturday here, but it's the middle of the day, so it's great. But it's terrible for you because it's nighttime the day before.
we might be able to make it have it work where it's uh beginning of the school day for one of us, and the end of the school day the next day for
For
the
another.
other.
Yeah.
But
I know we had to bring kids back for one of the virtual classrooms and like go home, go and have some afternoon tea, and then come back at 6. So yeah,
so we'll get the logistics figured out, and
yeah, it'll
we'll,
be on the website.
yep.
Mm.
And I those are the major areas that we wanted to be sure to get you involved in. Remember that do whatever's comfortable for you.
Yeah,
Um, but do, if you have a chance, please connect and share the talent of your students, because I think so often, okay, maybe our performances are seen 3 times a year, but how much great work do we get to see in our classroom that our students do? So take a little bit of time to share their talent, because they
mm.
do amazing things and they surprise us all the time. Um,
And we can learn
and I
from each
and
other too as teachers. I think
yeah,
definitely.
and what I feel that I'm so lucky that I connected with Carla, and just by chance that I was lucky enough to go to the Google Teacher Academy in Australia that we were able to meet face to face, which
Yeah.
is like mind blowing.
Mhm.
But just join us, share, connect. Let's build a world theater ensemble on World Theater Day, March 27th,
Yes, we just want you to join us.
2015.
Yes, we just want you to join us. It's just an open invitation, and we just want to encourage as many people as possible to share our joy and love of theatre. Just comes from a place of passion, I think.
hmm
Hmm.
And I think this is a great place to end it. I want to thank Carla for joining me Saturday early Saturday morning for her, and it's almost 10 p.m. for me on Friday night. After doing a show, that's how committed we are to this project. It's show week for me. Show was done at school, came home to record this, and encourage you to go to worldtheatreday.info and
Yeah.
join us. We can't wait to see you. Please connect, share. If you've got it ready early, please share early. That'd be great. And can't wait to see all the stuff that we'll have for to share on March 27th. Thanks again.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.